And here again, week in, week out, to prophesy the downfall of the church place, America the Great, Babylon the Great, aka Nineveh, aka Assyria, spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt, and the future repentance to the Israelites. Israel being a people before it's a place. Right? So there's a lot going on out here. I wish. There's a lot going on. You know, we're in an election year, right? We're like what, 8-10 weeks away? You know what I mean?
There's war going on.
War going on. Yeah. And down there in the land, UK sent troops down there. America sent down Russian troops. This one because they took out one of their top.
Oh yeah.
Generals.
Leaders. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Wars and rumors of war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Carmenians, man. You know, so Ishmael is going back into his nature. You know?
Second Ezra 15 and 28. Behold, in horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nation of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots.
Right, the nations of the dragons of Arabia, man. That's going into all the Ishmaelites, man. Erdogan's on the record of saying the Islamic nation needs to stand up for these atrocities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Hezbollah's on the record of saying they need Iran to intervene. Right, go ahead.
It says, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble.
Right, the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth. That's their military unifying and getting together. They're drones, right? Iran is known as a world leader in drones, man. Iran sells their drones to Russia. That's right.
Right?
Verse 30, also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood.
Right, the Carmanians raging in wrath. Right, the Carmanians are today's who you recognize in Iran. Right, it says here they're going to be raging. And thus far, Iran's been quiet, man. Very quiet. You know? And
waiting.
That's right. Right.
It says, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
Right, waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians, right? Spiritual Assyria, which is America. Right? The narrative is out there. T attacks this, T attacks that.
Yeah, that's right.
You know? It ain't nothing. Listen, it ain't nothing for drones to take out a portion of Babylon the Great, America the Great. You know, go ahead.
Yeah, the word Carmanian comes from Kerman. Kerman, when you look it up, which is a province in Iran. Right? So it says, verse 31, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature.
Right, remembering their nature, man. You know, when Hagar gave birth to her son, she named him Ishmael. Right, I can't remember the pronunciation. Yashmael, I believe. Right? And say his nature is to be a wild man.
I don't know.
Right, so the scripture here says he will remember his nature, man. And listen, these Ishmaelites, when they go buck, man, they scream their praise to their God, and they run up in a building with bombs strapped to them.
Amen.
Right?
And if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then these shall be troubled, fled, and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. And from the land of Assyria shall the enemy besiege them.
Right, from the land of Assyria shall the enemy besiege them, man. You know, America's puffed up, man. They love to boast that they've never been occupied. But they've gone throughout the whole earth, occupying everywhere else. You know? Listen, this southern border that's been going on for what? Like 18 months, a year and a half, 2 years? You know, it's common knowledge that a lot of them are sleeper cells. You know? Go ahead.
I got a precept, you mentioned Ishmael. This is Genesis 16. And I'll go to the point 12 in the NLT. It says, this son of yours will be a wild man, as untamed as a wild donkey. he will raise his fist against everyone,
Right.
and everyone will be against him.
Right. That's his nature, man. You know, as a wild donkey. Yo, listen, you getting a little in the world, you getting a little scuffle with Ishmael, man. You look at oh man, those guys look evil, man.
Ishmael mixed with Elam, the Afghans,
Yep.
Iraq.
Hey, ask Russia about them.
Yeah.
Russia had to leave
Yeah.
Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
right.
They just had to get up and leave. You know who Russia is? They had to leave. Ask America.
Right?
We're not to play with, bro.
I'll see you out.
Exactly.
It says, and in their hosts shall be fear and dread. Back to the second Ezra, right? 15, 33. No, it's like Genesis, like. He will raise his fist against everyone, and everyone will be against him. Yes, he will live in open hostility against all his relatives.
Right? Against all his relatives, man. He's a wild man. He gets down. He's ready to get down, man. Back in early 2000, when the world changed forever after 9/11, George Bush announced a war on tea, right? And Department of Homeland Security. That changed the world forever. Demonized them, push forth in the news media their characteristics, who they are. They're wild, man. They get down. What? Yeah, yeah, right. They get down, man. Back when America had invaded the Middle East, there'd be footage of hostages, American hostages, and you see Ishmael standing beside him in a hood with a cutlass, beheading them on television, man. These guys they're brutes, right?
It says, 2 Ezra 15:33, and from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them and consume some of them, and in their hosts shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. Behold,
In their host shall be fear and dread. In the scripture that says, the mighty men of Babylon are forborn to fight, right? They become as women, right? That's twofold. They become as women as far as they're in fear, and they become as women literally, man, changing their plumbing, right?
verse 34, behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm.
Clouds from the east, right? They're military planes, they're military drones, right? Very horrible and fearful to look upon, man. Right? It ain't nothing. Iran's still quiet right now, man. It ain't nothing for Iran to send out drones to Washington, D.C. That's a serious thing. Right around election time, the whole place will be locked down. Right, man?
It says, verse 35, they shall smite one another upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star, and blood shall be from the sword unto the belly.
Right? They just smite down some of their stars going into the missiles. Right? Missiles flying. ICBM, drone strikes. You know, what's that movie where I was watching the other day? I can't remember it, man. They're showing the American army how they fight their wars. There's just people sitting there on their computer chair with two joysticks, firing off drones all over the place, man. It was with Russell Crowe.
Oh yeah. And what's his name? The guy in Titanic.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
That was with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, it was a cool movie, man. Just drone strikes all over the place.
Yeah, it was a good and show the technology.
Yeah.
Body of life.
Yes.
That's right.
Good movie.
That was like, oh, that was 2008.
Yeah, I was watching that video. I was laughing when you were doing that video. Yes. They got that, and that was 08, man. Think of what they got now, right?
It says, verse 36, and dung of men unto the camel's hope, and there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them.
Yeah, go ahead. Dung of men to the camel's hole, man. That's how much.
Go ahead, man. No.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Walk through.
That's how much death is going to take place, man.
Go around. It doesn't matter.
You're good. You're good.
Just
man.
walk by them.
Right?
Yo,
Don't you?
If you're gonna go, you're gonna go. If you're gonna go on the road, you're gonna go on the road. That's it. It's up to you.
He did just walk by.
You can't tell us what to do, man. We're doing our own thing, man. We're doing our own thing. We're doing our own thing, man. We're not recording it. We're recording ourselves. I don't care what you request. We're doing our own thing. So go on the road then. So go on the road. So go on the road then. So go on the road then. You fucking dirty man. You fucking dirty ass. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, you present.
Say that again. Say Daddy Africa, Daddy Almighty, right?
That's exactly what I called you.
Yeah,
That's what I called you. You heard me. You heard me.
Say,
You heard me.
Daddy Africa.
You heard me. You heard me. You're gonna do something.
Say it again.
You gonna fight about it?
Say it again.
Yo, make sure you get this dirty African on the camera.
That's right.
Fuck out of here.
Wow.
That's it. Shut up. Now you're a victim? Now you're a victim? Shut up. Now you're a victim? You're the one that came here with your little attitude. Get out of here.
Oh, this is not a Please do not touch. This is a public space. This is a street.
You're a
It
feminine.
is not the
You're a
house.
woman. You have a feminine spirit on you.
Wow.
You're
Wow.
You're
So
still
this is what you people stand for, right?
Let's bring us some
Good to know.
Yeah, go on.
Good to know. Good to know.
It's all marked. It's all marked. That's it.
Oh yeah, for sure. These Hamites.
This row.
This is Matthew 24, starting at verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to shew him buildings of temple. And Yahushua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down.
Great. This is Yahushua going into the time of 70 AD. But we could apply that to now, man. Nothing's going to be left when Yahushua returns, man. No stone. Scriptures say, no line to measure. Or paraphrase. They're not going to know where Texas is. They're not going to know where borders are. They're not going to know where Louisiana is, San Francisco, LA. All right, go ahead. The
Verse 3.
see the wicked thing of woman, she's still talking. Go ahead.
And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when shall these things be?
Right, so the disciples are asking, our Lord, when are these things going to take place? Go ahead.
And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
Right, also, what are the signs? What are the signs that we should be looking for to your return? Go ahead.
And of the end of the world. And
End of the world. You look at this word world, right? It's not oikomeni. It's eon, meaning a time or age, an era, right? What time? The time of the Romans. We're in the revised Roman Empire, man. We're in Babylon the Great, America the Great. Birth from Rome. Go ahead.
And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach.
Right, we see that now. You know, false prophets calling on different names. Some false prophets calling on the name of Yahweh Shimon Shai. Right, but their spirit's not with them. They're false. Right, go ahead.
And shall deceive many.
Right, deceive many. Riding on horses at Passover ceremonies, deceiving many. Go ahead.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled.
Right, and we're in that time. Wars and rumors of war. Every day it's a update, alert. This morning alert was a high-ranking Hezbollah 30 years plus leader who hasn't been seen in 30 years. Taken out. Right? Go ahead.
For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Right? All these things must come to pass. Right? So you always try to say these things gotta happen. So when you see people out here in that spirit of pray for peace, you're in the wrong spirit. That's right.
bro.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right, nation shall rise against nation, right? That's wars, ethnic cleansing, East Lebanon, East Libya versus Western Libya, right? Nations rising against nation. Famines and pestilence. We're in the beginning stages of a famine, right? Beginning stages. Food is shortened. If you look at when you go into these grocery stores, right? All the weight of the food, the volume of the food is less.
And we're already in a famine because the food that we're eating is not real.
That's right.
So that's a famine because there's a shortage of real food.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why they're giving us GMOs.
Yeah.
All these are the beginnings of sorrows.
Right, the beginning of sorrow. Right, so this is just the tip of the iceberg. Right?
Then shall they deliver you up to the afflicted. And shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all the nations for my name's sake.
Right, persecution. Right?
And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Right, the love of many shall wax cold. Right, we're in that time where people don't give two fucks about one another, man. You know, we're in that time where that road rage teenager will hop at somebody, and there's a deletion in the middle of an intersection. You know, home invasions. People are home invading one another over lucre.
Carjacking.
Yeah.
Right?
But he that shall endure unto the end shall be saved.
Right, he that shall endure unto the end shall be saved. This is a thing of endurance, man. You know, not a sprint. This is a thing of weathering the hell that we catch now. The affliction that we catch now, us in this truth, the hope for the leg. You know, weathering the storm, keeping our eyes single and focused on Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashim Shai, right? Not getting into that bitch made woe is me spirit, but enduring, right? Go ahead.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations.
Right, and this gospel of the word should be preached throughout the four corners of the earth, man. That wasn't Christianity, man. Christianity's been throughout the four corners of the earth for quite some time, man. This truth, this knowledge, right? The names of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? It's all over social media, man. Right? These elites, these nobles, they're hearing this. That's why they're trying to lock off the internet, close it up, famine of the word. Right?
And then shall the end come. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet,
Right? That's going into 70 AD. Go ahead.
stand in the holy place, then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house.
Right. But once again, going in the Roman sack in Jerusalem under Titus. Right. Yahushua was saying, listen, man, this Roman Empire is going to come in here with a sword. He's going to starve you out. He's going to set up a trench around Jerusalem, starve you out, have you eating belts and leaves. Go ahead.
Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day.
Right. Well, that's a twofold scripture. Today, the time of Jacob's trouble, woman with children, it's going to be a scary thing if she's not under a man of the Lord. Right? Right. Go ahead.
For then shall be a great tribulation, such as what was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be.
Right, Jacob's trouble is going to be no joke. Someone wrote Jeremiah 30:6. Right, Jacob's trouble is going to be no joke, man. Right, it's going to be a time never before seen on this earth.
Yeah, 30:6. Jeremiah 30:6, and it reads, "Ask ye now, and see whether a man do travail with a child. Wherefore Do I see everything man with his hands on his loins?
Right. Jeremiah is asking a question. Can men give birth? Right? Men don't give birth. So why is Jeremiah seeing a vision of men holding their bellies like they're giving birth? Right, go ahead.
As a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness.
All faces are turning into paleness. Paleness. Jeremiah saw men holding their bellies. Right? And their faces pale. Pale from what? Great fear, uncertainty. Right?
It's like verse 7.
And that was like during the Great Depression. Right? When the Great Depression happened, men were fucked up, right? Men were fucked up. It was terrible out here, man.
Verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even time of Jacob's trouble.
Right? It's even the time of Jacob's trouble, man. That's what the men of the Lord on the highways and byways worldwide, the hopeful elect are prophesying about, man. They're prophesying about the missiles. They're prophesying about this time of Jacob's trouble. Go ahead.
But he should be saved out of it.
But he shall be saved out of it. The he being the elect. Lord willing, we're of that number, man. Because if you're not of the elect, the time is coming. The great tribulation, where the love of many is going to wax colder than it is now. Because it's cold out here, man. You have to use wisdom when you're navigating these streets.
That's right.
You know? It's going to get much more cold. Like that movie Civil War. What kind of American are you? These men were in government issued, military grade army fatigues with military issued weapons. Asking an American, who a fellow American, which one are you? Left or the right? Red or the blue? Right?
Oh my God, smoke.
Yeah. They had a dumpster full of they had a hole full of bodies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, not trying to say South American, Central American, what kind of American?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's gonna be cold out here, man. And you're gonna have the spirit of the Lord on you for you to not the angels of the Lord are gonna have to be guiding you. Someone grab Daniel 12:1. That's enough.
Hey, but that's what's going on in Ohio. It's going on in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
All these different places. Immigrants are being attacked now by quote-unquote Americans. Right? And even here in Canada, they want all the immigrants out. So it's happening in Canada. People are getting tired of the East Indians. They think that their woes is because of the immigration.
Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, withstanding for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered.
Right? The time of trouble, man. So it's going to take spiritual intervention. Right? Michael, the archangel, Mayaka Allah, he is like the Most High. Him and the angels are going to have to step in and do things on the spiritual side of things, in the spiritual realm, to protect the elect. Right? No amount of arms, no amount of hunkering down is going to do it for you. Nothing you're going to do is going to nothing you physically can do is going to protect you from that time. It's going to have to be spiritual intervention. Okay?
Everyone that shall be found written in the book.
Right? And who's written in the book? The elect. Book of life, the elect, man. Right, beginning with the elder apostles on down, they don't stop preaching the elect, the elect, the elect. Great Muslims are the only group out here saying the elect, the elect, the elect. All these other groups are talking about all Israel to be saved, man. We gotta uplift our people. You can't uplift above your Jake out here, man. You can't tell him nothing. His head's in his phone, he's scrolling and swiping, looking for some wickedness to do. And then when you tell him the names of Yahweh Bashir Shai, he tells you, I'm gonna do my own free will. It's all about free will out here. The Lord, the God, your sky daddy gave us free will. That's bullshit, man. Get it out your lip. That's good.
And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
Right? Who were the wise? The elect of the sun. Beginning with the elect. Right? We have the Rakah Kodash. The Spirit. Right? Go ahead.
And they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
Right, Lord willing, we're of that number. The men of the Lord here in this captivity, turning those to righteousness. right? Lord willing, all of us out here have some fruit. Some of us have fruit we haven't even seen them. Just have fruit. Some of us are going to see fruit in the time of Jacob's trouble. People that are going to, because Scripture says, my people should be willing in the time of thy power. Some Jacob you're going to have to see. Some people get beheaded. Some Jacob you're going to have to see hazmat suits. Tent hospitals. That's what some Jake's gonna have to see out here. Right? Jake's simple, Jake gotta see things, man.
It's like become a Jake. Watching Dallas last night. And this fucking nigga came up and he said, hello, brother. He said I came out the portal in the Grand Canyon. You know what I'm saying? And the brother's like, what do you mean? Your name's Enoch? He's like, no, I'm Enoch. You know? And that's Jake is gone. There's Jake said, no, they're Israelites. It's not given to them.
No.
They're given a small portion, and they're not able to understand the full depth of this. The Lord said that was the last, I'm going to take it.
Thou, O Daniel, shut the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end.
Right? Even to the time of the end. Right, Brad?
Then you shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be.
All right, what time are we in right now, man? We're in the time of the end where knowledge increased, man. Right? As recently as 12, 15 years ago, man, the speed, the 5G, the speed that we get information and transfer information. So we could send a live feed right now, like these bug out Hamites were just now. We could have been doing a live feed and sending it to Eritrea or Kenya or wherever. You know, live feed. Look at these men on the corner in Toronto, Ontario, and that could be live feed, real time, wherever he's sending it. Right? Knowledge will increase. Right, man?
Want me to continue that?
No, that was going into Sept. Someone grab Isaiah 13, verse 1. This word is going into the ears of these elites, right?
Isaiah 13 and verse 1, and it reads, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, lift up the banner up on the high mountain.
Lift up the banner upon a high mountain. The banner being these scriptures. The high mountain being these ruling class elites, these governments, these secret societies. Well, not so secret, but you know what I mean. You know, these Rothschilds, these DuPonts, these Gettys, right? These Oppenheimers, right?
Exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
Right, shake the hand and they may go into the gates of the nobles. This is a live feed right now. And we're out here on the highways and hedges calling you out for your wickedness, man. Right? This is being streamed on the World Wide Web. Right? There's some high class elites watching this shit. Right? It's like that shit. This righteous sacrifice. Right? They're watching it and they're taking notes. Faces, put together AI plans. Some brothers gonna get demonized with AI. Right? And it'll be all over CP24 and ABC News. Look at these men in the fringes.
And they're waiting for us to slip, say the wrong things.
Right.
Verse 3, I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even then that rejoice in my highness. Verse 4, the noise of the multitude in the mountains, like as a great people of tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations.
Right, the noise of a multitude, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations. That's these wars, these rumors of wars, sanctions. Turkey saying, hey, F this, F that. You know, Israel saying, oh, we refuse the ceasefire. Go ahead. And they just assumed America. The news came out on the media engine, right? We saw the media engine that America drafted up a ceasefire, and Israel said, no, we're not doing that. Right? Israel's telling America, we ain't doing it. We're going to continue to bomb this place up. Right?
Gather together the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai of hosts, must stir the host of the battle.
Muster the host of the battle. Right? This is the Lord. This is the Lord's. The Lord's put the spirit on these leaders to get in the spirit of war. Lord's put the spirit on these leaders to see red. Right? War.
See what's happening over there in Lebanon, man. Like over there, destroying. And it's gonna get more intense, right? With the state of Israel and then with Iran, and all that.
Yeah. But the scripture said the least of the flock shall draw the most, right? You know, this Amalekite, he's gonna do something to kill them there. You know? But listen, once Iran starts flying off drones, and it's common knowledge. But right now it's a proxy war. Iran's using they're using proxies to fight. But once it's common knowledge that hey, the news flash, Iran just fired off 2,000 drones. It's on.
Mhm.
There's no backtracking after that.
Right.
Okay?
Verse 5.
That's right.
They come from a far country, from the end of heaven.
Right. What is it that comes from the far country, from the end of heaven? Read. Go ahead.
Even the Lord Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation.
Right. What is the Lord's weapons? Beginning with these, the angels, of course, but these missiles. Right. The Lord's going to put the spirit on these missiles to strike his mind. Right. What's that scripture? Is it in 16? You can turn back on. Right. The Lord's going to put the spirit on these missiles to hit their mark. Go ahead.
To destroy the whole land. Continue.
Joel 3:1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather the nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat.
Right, the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, the Lord's judgment. Where is this place where the Lord's going to gather all these armies and bring all these armies? Down there in the Levant, down there in the Middle East. Right, it's going to be warships down there in the Mediterranean Sea, aircraft carriers. England will be down there. Canadian troops are going to be down there. American troops, all these NATO nations will be down there. Russia will be down there with its interest in Iran, China, right? Right.
I will plead with them here for my people.
Right. I will plead with them here for my people. Look at this word pleading means judge, right? Judge, not the Anglo, the English way of oh, I beg you, no, this means judge. The Lord's going to judge all these nations for the Israelites. Israel being the people before its place, beginning with the left, right?
And for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, right? And parted my land.
Part of my land. The land of Israel has been sliced up, diced up. The people have been sliced up, diced up. Now, Israel is a people before it's a place. But the land is occupied by heathen nations. Right? With borders made up. Scripture saying, thou shalt not remove the landmarks. Or if you paraphrase, that's a law, man. So who are these Amalekites that profess that they are the Jews? That profess that they know the law when they read from the Talmud, right?
Isaiah 34:1. From here, you nations, and hearken, ye people, let the earth come here, and all that is therein, the world, all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations.
Right? The indignation of the Lord is upon all nations. Indignation means righteous anger. The Lord, listen, the Lord's not down with this Edomite rulership. Right? This Edomite rulership is perverse, man. You know, they indulge in sodomy and PEDOs. Right? It's off. It's got to be burned with fire.
That these people
You said there was still no mistakes kept silence. I thought that I was all together with myself. Right? Esau thinks, oh, I've been away with so much wickedness. You know, the Most High has to be on my side. You know?
The indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. For he have only destroyed them and have delivered them to the slaughter.
Right, the end is already written, man. We're reading the end in the scriptures. Right? That's right. All these armies are going to be destroyed, man. Delivered to the slaughter. Right?
Their slain also shall be cast out, and their sting shall come up out of the carcass.
Right, all these militaries. All these military men that get loaded up because the draft is coming. I was watching he always does those shorts. I posted in the chat. Some 40-year-old man got caught by the military, right? 40-year-old man in the U.S. They called him up. Yeah. No, the whole phone that guy, the Lions were, yeah. Yeah, some 40-year-old ex-soldier, right? He's 40 years old.
Retired.
Yeah,
He didn't finish it.
yeah, he didn't even finish it.
They had all his records.
Yeah, called him up. They knew where to find him. Called him up, say, hey, we would like you to re-enlist. Man's got gray in his beard.
Yeah.
Man's got gray in his beard, bro.
Hey, because look all the soldiers in America right now is a bunch of sodomites,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they lifted the requirements.
Yeah.
They spaced out the prerequisites.
Yeah. You can have a criminal record now, and they'll roll you in. You can be a certain weight. Yeah. You can smoke weed.
You can be a cisgender.
Yeah. Crazy. And the soldiers like that, they're not ready for the Russian era, man.
Nope.
Those guys have been learning. Same with China. They've been learning hand-to-hand combat since they're 6 years old. They can do jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, right? A 6-year-old American kid, Babylonian kid, Canadian kid, unless their parents push their child in that direction, they're sitting in front of a television, eating juice, playing Xbox.
It's lucky. I was watching a documentary about Russia. It's a part of their curriculum in school to assemble and disassemble AK-47. You're supposed to know that. So here, you don't learn any of that.
Nope.
It's thought that guns are bad.
Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and their mountains shall be melted with their blood. All the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
That's that mushroom cloud, man. This is talking about a war, a skirmish. This is talking about casualties, deaths, dead men, bodies upon bodies, and it's talking about a mushroom cloud in the sky, right?
And all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the ground, and as a fallen tree from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
My sword shall be bathed in heaven, right? This is the Lord's war. This is the Lord's judgment. This is the Lord's indignation. He's looking to smite. He's going to use missiles, ICBMs. He's going to use people against people. He's going to use drones, right?
For my people shall be bathed, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Idumea is a Greek word for Edom, right? So what's this talking about, Esau? Right? The Lord's saying a sword is going to come down on Idumea. And what's the hub city of Idumea? Basra, aka America the Great, Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
And upon the people of my curse.
The people of the earth. So you see them like the first, right?
The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat, the fatness, and with the fatness of blood of lamb and goat, and with the fatness of kidneys of ram. Right? For the Lord have a great sacrifice in Basra.
A great sacrifice in Basra. So America the Great is an altar, a sacrifice altar. These goats that we're reading, these are the people of America the Great. America the Great is going to become a lake of fire, man. Right? Go ahead.
And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
A great slaughter in the land of Idumea, man. Mass death, nothing will survive. Right? Those bunkers that people are going to run to in America the Great, those are going to be tombs. Right? The only way out of America the Great, Babylon the Great, when it's destroyed, is to be beamed up in chariots. Right? If you're 2/3 and you're there in America, when the destruction comes, you're going to be burnt to a crisp. Right? The elect alone are going to be brought up, beamed up.
Yeah, but that's why it says that the righteous blood complains continually because there's no righteousness in this place, man. So this place has to be a slaughter because there's no justice here, man. So the Most High coming back and doing his work is justice, man. The execution of Babylon is justice, man. That's true justice for everybody that got murdered in this place, man, unjustly. All the wickedness that happened in this place, man. All the pedophiles, everything that happens in this place, people died here unjustly, man. There's people right now that are locked up in cages. They're being reported. They're being sex trafficked, tortured, man. Most us coming back to destroy this fucking place, man. And all the people that are doing that are living deliciously, man. They're living on private islands, chilling.
As the unicorn shall be come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness.
Right, and that's a righteous judgment, man. The land shall be soaked with blood. Right? The Lord Yahweh Shemir Shai doesn't do iniquity, man. All his ways are judgment.
For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust therefore into brimstone, and the land therefore shall come burning.
Right? This is poetic, man. This is talking about nuclear destruction. Right? What's that scripture in 2nd Edges 2? Sodom and Gomorrah become clouds of pitch. I'm paraphrasing. Right? The same way ancient Sodom and Gomorrah was taken out with fire and brimstone. This fire and brimstone that's coming in America is missiles.
And it shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever from generation to generation. It shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever.
Right, it's going to be a scene of the Planet of the Apes with the Forbidden Zone, right? All you can see is the head of the Statue of Liberty and the hand with the torch. And Charlton Heston is going to do that. God damn you. Yeah. Right? That's going to be Esau Edom, man, in the kingdom. Right?
But Corbin's winners shall possess it. The owls also, the ravens shall dwell there in it, and shall stretch out upon the line of confusion.
The line of confusion. So once again, we said it earlier, you're not going to see the borders. You're not going to know where was what. Right? You're not going to know where was what. You're not going to know where Texas was. You're not going to know where Dallas was. Right? New York. You're not going to know where none of that was, man. And it's going to be possessed by desert animals, like porcupines, right? Iguanas, right? Dragons.
Yeah, because the way how location works, people will tell you about monuments. Like, that's how you know you're going the right way. You'll be like, oh, you see the McDonald's? When you see the McDonald's, make a left. You see the brown building? It's going to be right beside the brown building. But if there's no monuments, if there's nothing to indicate, you're going to be lost. It's going to be like, yo, like when someone get lost in a jungle, they say they keep going around in fucking circles. They're like, yo, the tree looks familiar, but yeah, but they got lost 3 times. They're lost. There's no monument to show you exactly where you are.
This is Psalms 50 and 20. In the NLT, it says, you sit around and slander your brother, your own mother's son. While you did all this, I remained silent, and you thought I didn't care. But now I will rebuke you, listing all my charges against you. All right? So there's a bunch of charges, man. Right? Just like Edomites and prosecutors and crown attorneys. You know, you have your official paperwork and everything is printed out. Section this, subsection that. And the Most High got everything, man. You know? And there's crimes that are still piling on, like Howard was saying. Right? There's things that we don't know about that's happening. Like they just sacrificed another Jake Booger rapper. You know, like that meme we put up. It's actually,
somebody make the call.
God. You know, that guy's been doing this shit for years.
Exactly.
Things have been popping out here and there, and now they flush them. You know, flushes us. A bunch of other things, man. You know, there's guys that put him.
This is Revelation 6 and 9 in the NLT. When the Lamb broke the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of all those who have been martyred for the word of Yahweh and for being faithful to their testimony. then shouted to the Lord and said, O sovereign Lord, holy and true, how long before you judge the people who belong to this world and avenge our blood for what they have done to us? Just going into talk about how this land is defiled and all the things that the wicked have done to the nation of Israel. The souls are crying out daily to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, like when will you return and avenge us? And that great day is coming. And we're going back into that slaughter. We're going to get down on this place for all the wickedness that these people have done to us and that they continue to do us.
Someone hold on. 2 Ezra 6 and 19.
Ecclesiastes 8 and 11 in NLT, it says, when a crime is not punished quickly, people feel it is safe to do wrong. Right? That's this world right now. Right? It's not even just a feeling of comfort, it's a feeling of benefit. Like I have to sin to win. I need to do more things anti the Most High to progress my own self. You know? It says verse 12, but even though a person sins 100 times and still lives a long time, I know that those who fear the Most High will be better off. The wicked will not prosper, for they do not fear the Most High. Their days will never grow long like the evening shadow. And this is not all that is meaningless in our world. In this life, good people are often treated as though they were wicked. And wicked people are often treated as those treated as though they were good. This is so meaningless.
That's King Solomon. Yeah. Right, today we like that today, man. This place is a bizarre world, man.
Hey, like for instance, if a guy comes and robs you in your own home and you hurt him, you're going to go to jail too. That's how bizarre this place is, man. A guy came to your house, took no harm to you, and you defended yourself, and you can charge you.
Well, you're gonna have to get arrested anyway.
Come.
You have to hire a lawyer. You have to waste your time. You have to report. Legal fees.
Legal fees.
Off work.
You might lose your job.
You know, all for what? For defending yourself. Now you got to fight for your freedom. And even these people, man, they're idols. This one idol picture of the Harry Potter when she died, going crazy. You know, like they were part of Harry Potter, and they were taught, like, oh, goodbye, professor, goodbye. Yeah, you know. But meanwhile, people like that, they're wicked. She's probably on a adrenochrome. You know,
Exactly.
like all these celebrities, man, that you look up to. Oh, they're such great philanthropists. You know, they help the people. They have charities, and they're the most sick people in the world.
Yeah.
You know, generate sick. Hey, Solomon said there's a poor man in the city. He's despised for you know, very much. But his wisdom defended the city, so to speak, is perfect paraphrase. Right? A poor man that no one looks at. Hey, this is that's in Sirach. When the rich man speaketh, they extol it to the heavens. Yeah. But when a poor man speaketh, they say, who is this fellow? Who is this fellow? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Second Ezra 6 and 19.
Yeah.
Second Ezra 6 and 19. And it reads, and will begin to make inquisition of them that they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion should be fulfilled.
I will begin to make inquisition of them that have unrighteously afflicted the righteous. Right? Inquisition. Look at this word inquisition. It's a legal investigation. Right? Like the elder was saying, there's charges, man. Right? So you're on charges. And the men of the Lord, the hopeful liquor standing on the highways and the byways, right? Pointing out your degeneracy. Right? Pointing out that you can get gentle. Pointing out that for you to be successful in the world of athletics, in the world of Hollywood, you gotta do some abominable shit, man. You know, you gotta pledge to Greco-Roman guys. You gotta hold your ankles. You gotta drink goat's blood. You gotta sacrifice children. Right? Those are all charges. And these things are held in high esteem.
Yeah, like when George Bush was going against, who's that guy, John Kerry? The guy asked him, he's like, you're part of Skull and Bones.
It's so secret.
Can you explain?
It's so secret. I can't tell you.
And then he asked John Kerry, he's like 322. He's like, there's secrets. He's like, I know a lot of secrets. Listen, what I'm going to tell you, then you just flip.
Yeah, that's how they talk.
Yeah,
That serpent talk, man.
George Bush.
His words are smoother than butter.
Yeah, you know, he's like, it's so secret, I can't talk about it.
Yeah, and they're both Skull and Bones. Kerry and Bush. Crazy, right? Yeah, I remember that. I know all kinds of secrets. Yeah. They're talking with their hands. They're talking quick. Yeah, that's what they do.
And then they're like, and then the dude's like, he's like, so what if we lose? And then George Bush looks at him like, I'm not going to lose. That Texan, you know that Texan, I'm not going to lose. I'm like,
Right. And they're wicked, man. Yeah, when you're looking at Yale, what they got to do.
and remember, there's actually a bunch of them we found out. There's a bunch of fraternities in Yale. Skull and Bones just happens to be the top of them.
That's right.
There's a lot of them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because every fraternity, it's for different avenues in life. They produce those men. They produce a lot of politicians.
Yeah.
Those men, a lot of Secret Service, CIA leaders, top leaders. So there's different offices for different groups, man.
Yeah, you got to know, Elvin. You're talking about the movie Good Shepherd.
The good chef.
And that was, I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch it? Yeah, he was
I was on the
CIA.
box. He wasn't even there.
Wasn't there?
It wasn't on the
Oh,
box.
shit.
It's the same night you told me about
Yeah,
this.
God.
We've been talking, possibly talking about that for years.
Yeah.
And there's another one called Skull.
Yeah.
This guy, the guy from Fast and Furious, the Bond guy.
Yeah.
But it was kind of, it was less.
It's kind of wishy-washy.
Yeah, it was less than Good Shepherd.
Yeah, Yale. Their Skull and Bones. One of the initiation was, I believe it was to have sex with a corpse. That's off, man. You know,
And they put you in the crypt.
Yeah.
You're naked. You got to confess your sins or whatever. Whatever it's black.
Yeah.
Necrophilia. Yeah, practice.
They say that they have a lot of skull, right?
And Pacho. And that was Bush's father.
Prescott.
They mentioned it on the mission. They actually went to dinner to your shit.
Someone grab 18 and 7 of a shot.
Yeah, there's 9 fraternities on Yale.
See that? And look at this JD Vance
that are active.
right? What's his name? The running mate for Trump, JD Vance, the vice Trump picked for vice president. He went to Yale. A picture surfaced of him dressed as a woman in drag, nails done, dress, all that kind of stuff.
That's the department. He had a painting of Bush. No, it was a Bush. It's Clinton in red shoes.
That's right.
And a dress.
Dress. Yeah.
What?
Right?
Yeah, man.
And we know what that red shoe is.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? There's a thing called the red shoe club.
Mm.
You know? Like Ronald McDonald. He had the red shoes.
Yeah, that's right, man. The big shoes and face like a clown.
That's right.
Right? Yeah, it's all symbolism for the PEDs.
Just like one of the top serial killers used to dress like a clown too. I can't remember his name. Was it Gacy?
I think it was either Gacy or Bundy.
Yeah, one of them.
One of them two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? He saw his sick lusts.
18 and 6.
18 and 7.
Luke 18 and 7. And shall not Yahweh avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him? Do he bear along with them?
Right, so the elect are in a state of mourning, man. Complaining in the spirit, crying in the spirit. How long, Lord? Deliver us from this place, Lord. We catch out, we can go in prayer. You know, this place is wicked, Lord. Come and avenge it. Come and deliver us. Come and melt it. These are how the elect are complaining, man. Melt this place. Bring the missiles. Because it's wicked. You know? And this kingdom can't pass. This kingdom can't go into the kingdom of heaven. Someone told Second Ezra 4, I believe it's verse 29.
And we're complaining too because now that we have the truth, we understand we can't serve Him righteously. We need to be in a righteous place to serve Him properly. You know what I mean? Like we have to be delivered first. We need the new bodies, man, so we can literally start going before Him again, man. Because He turned His back on us, man. So that's why we have to go through Yahushua. So any one of you guys think that you're going directly to the Father's not here. Nobody. There's nobody that the Father is dealing with. It's only Yahushua.
You have guys saying we're in the covenant.
Yeah. What the heck is that?
We're in the new covenant. Why we catching hell? Right? Why we catching? Why we teaching?
Hey, how come we're not cheating? How come one is not chasing 100?
Right? Right? Scripture say a little one shall become 1,000. How come that's not taking place in righteousness? Yeah, second is 4:9.
Second Ezra 4:29. And therefore, that which is sown be not turned upside down. And if the place where the evil is sown pass not away.
Right, so this place is upside down, man. This place is where the evil is sown. America the Great, Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
Then cannot it come that is sown with good.
Right. So what is sown with good cannot come unless this wicked place pass away. There's not going to be Jew. There's not going to listen. This is the Edomites' rule. Someone who Lamentations 4:22. This is the Edomites' rulership, man. Right. This place has got to go. There's not going to be Esau got taken out. There's not going to be a council with Yahweh Shai. Okay, we'll just have these 4 cities, and we'll just be over here ruling, and Yahweh Shai can have the rest of the world. No, you're going to go into hardcore slavery. Right?
For the grain of evil seed hath been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness has it brought up unto this time, and how much shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come?
Right. So until this place be totally destroyed, it's going to continue to grow in exceedingly wickedness. Right?
Lamentation 4:22. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished. Of that of Zion, He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit the iniquity of that of Edom.
Right. So we're still in our captivity, man. So where's this new covenant? We're still in captivity, man. Go ahead.
He will discover thy sins.
Next verse.
4:22. Those sins.
This is what the word threshing means.
Okay, read 21.
This is what the word threshing means, or thresh. To separate grain from a plant, typically with a flail or by the action of a revolving mechanism.
The flail.
That's right. Yep. Separate
Threshing. Threshing. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's threshing.
Describe the outside threshing grapes. Yeah. Threshing. Yeah. Because that coming from Edom, diet garment. The Lord's not coming on some nice country. Right? Yeah. Verse 21.
Lamentation 4:21. Rejoice and be glad of that of Edom, that dwelleth in the land of us. The cup also should pass through unto thee.
Right, so the Lord is saying, rejoice and be glad, you Edomites. Live it up, man. Right, this is your kingdom. Live it up, man.
Thou should be drunken and should make thyself naked.
Right, you should be drunken and make yourself naked. The Lord's going to expose you. That's happening now. Via the mouths of the prophets. The Spirit of the Lord, right, through the mouths of the prophets. That's how you be exposed, man.
The punishment of thy iniquity in accomplice of that of Zion, He will no more carry thee unto Slakia. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit the iniquity of that of Edom.
Right. So the Israelites, beginning with the elect, this is the last captivity for the Israelites. Right, beginning with the elect, because the 2/3 of our people are going to die on this side. Right, they're going to suffer horrific deaths. Some 2/3 are going to end up in FEMA camps. Some 2/3 are going to be cannibalized. So 2/3 are going to perish during the time of the civil unrest, the race wars, right? But the elect are going to be delivered,
Right.
right? So once again, we're not in the new covenant, man. We're still in our captivity. It's saying here our captivity will no more be visited. Roughly paraphrased. So our
We're
captivity has
subject
to
to
end.
payments.
So payments. Jake's living in the we're living in the red, right? We're barely making ends meet. We're getting suspend letters, emails warning us for 24 hours, and you'll be suspended.
That's right.
That's what's going on with Jake, man. Right? And then you have to call him and hey, you know, I just need some grace. Begging Esau for grace.
Exactly.
You know?
We're setting up our payment plan.
Right, big payment plan.
Yeah.
Right? This is how we're living out here, man. Right? So what is this new covenant? No, that was it on the
That also.
any more precepts?
Want me to finish up Luke?
No, that was a
We got Isaiah 63. I'll go to the point, verse 3 in the NLT. This is Yahushua. He says, I have been treading the winepress alone. No one was there to help me. In my anger, I have trampled my enemies as if they were grapes.
trample my enemies. You know what it means to trample? Yahushua is saying, in my anger, I've trampled my enemies as grapes. Trample, you know? Hey, listen, when Yahushua returns, he's not coming on what these bugger Edomite Jeebus freaks say he's coming with his arms outstretched like that statue in Brazil. Oh, I'm coming to give out gifts and salvation to everybody. The Lord's coming to destroy. It says here his enemies, man. Right, go ahead.
It says, in my fury, I have trampled my foes. Their blood has stained my clothes.
Their blood has stained my clothes. This is a dark saying for how much killing the Lord's going to do. Right? On these nations, it says, my foes. You go into Psalms 83, it tells you who the first main chief foe is. Esau, Edom, along with these other nations. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4, for the time has come for me to avenge my people, to ransom them from their oppressors.
Then ransom them from their oppressors. Right? That's deliverance, man. Right?
Verse 5, I was amazed to see that no one intervened to help the oppressed. So I myself stepped in to save them with my strong arm, and my wrath sustained me.
Right, the strong arm. Once again, that's how we say that. The strong arm. Anytime you hear the strong arm, the Lord's arm, that's talking about Yahushua, man. The Lord Yahweh is not going to come off the throne himself. The Lord sending his son. Right?
Verse 6, I crushed the nations in my anger and made them stagger and fall to the ground, spilling their blood upon the earth.
Right? Does that sound nice, Mr. Jesus Speaks?
That's what you idiots read in the NLT. That was
Exactly.
that was the King James. That was the NLT.
Right? That was fire.
What did they used to call it back in the day? The nasty scriptures?
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, nasty.
Someone hold on.
Very good.
1911.
Isaiah 34:1. Come near, your nations, to hear and hearken, your people. Let the earth hear and all that there is, the word, and all the things that come for it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter.
Right, how's the Lord going to, once again, the Lord's going to use his strong arm to do this. Yahweh Shai.
Verse 3, their slain also should be cast out, and their stink should come up out of the carcasses, and the mountains should be multi with their blood. And
Our rulership is going to be put in subjection. Our rulership is going to be destroyed and defeated. Okay?
Verse 4, and all the hosts of heaven should be dissolved, and the heavens should be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts should fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as the fallen fig from the fig tree.
Yeah, and missiles.
Verse 5, For my sword should be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Adumia and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Isaiah, Psalm 60, Psalm 75 and 7. For Yahweh is the judge. He put them down one and set them up another. For in the hand of the Lord there's a cup. And
What is this cup? Right? This cup is going into our this cup is going into bad times. This cup is going into slavery. Right? Right?
and the wine is red. It is full of mixture. And he poured out the same. But the drink thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out.
Right? The drinks thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out. Right? Just like when you're drinking a cup of hot chocolate or a herbal tea, and you see the sediment settle on the bottom of the cup. Esau, Edom, the wicked, they're gonna have to drink all of this, man. They're gonna have to drink this cup.
Drink them.
Hey, and that cup is a remedy too, because it's medicine. You might not like it, but it's the remedy. So the Most High got the remedy for us, which we got that remedy, and we drank that shit down, man. And the Esau, it's your turn.
Yeah, that's right.
And I will declare, and I will declare forever. I will sing praises to the power of Jacob, and all the horns of the wicked also will I cut off. And but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted.
But all the horns of the wicked I shall cut off. Horn going into their power, man. All rulerships, all hierarchies of this wicked system, beginning with Esau, Edom, is going to be cut off, going to be destroyed, right, and put under the feet of Yahweh Shai, beginning with Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. Revelation 19:11 says the coming of Yahweh Shai. It says, I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. He that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness was judge and war.
Right, so John the Revelator is having a vision, right? He saw someone sitting on a white horse, the white symbolic of pure, the horse symbolic of power, right? And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. This is talking about Yahweh Shai. So the Lord, that John saw Yahweh Shai and the chariots invading, cracking the sky, coming into this dimension. Go ahead.
Verse 12, it says his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns.
Right. On his head were many crowns, man. So we read the previous scripture, it said that righteousness he doth judge and make war. And in this scripture saying on his head were many crowns. On his head were all these rulerships are going to be taken out. Babylon the Great, America the Great, NATO, the EU, Russia, China, Islam. These are the crowns that are going to be on the head of our Lord Yahweh Shai. He's coming to destroy all rulership. Right? This system, this wicked beast system is going to be destroyed. Right?
And he had a name written that no man knew, but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High.
Right? His vesture dipped in blood. Once again, line back in the scripture in Isaiah 63. Where I have stained my raiment. The Lord is getting not coming on some, okay, well done, my faithful servant. Here's a bouquet of roses and some lollipops, right, for an Elamite, like a true Elamite. There'll be Elamite looking in Israelites. But the Lord's not coming he's not coming for everybody. He's coming to destroy and then sit at the kingdom of heaven on earth. Right, go ahead.
I got to back that up. This is John 1:1. And the title says the deity of Mashiach Yahushai. It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the Most High, the power, and the Word was power. The same was in the beginning with the power, with the Most High, with the Most High. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made.
Right, and who's the Word? Yahweh Shai, man. Right, and in the beginning, what was done? The Lord Yahweh gave the blueprint to Yahweh Shai and the angels, and they executed the blueprint. They put it into work. Right, just like when you're on a site, a foreman gives you the blueprint. All right, I need the electrician to do this over here. I need the guys that lay the concrete to do this over here. The blueprint was given, right?
In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not.
Right.
Okay, I can That's talking about Yahweh Shai. Right? Okay, so this is back in Revelation 19, verse 12. And it says, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called Lion. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses.
Right, the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, the chariots, what the world even calls UFOs.
Sure.
So John is seeing what the world would call, quote unquote, an alien invasion.
Sure.
Right? This is Yahweh and the angels coming into our dimension. Right?
And it says, clothed in fine linen, white and clean, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword.
Right? That sharp sword, out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword. The laser beam from the chariots, man. Right? Vaporizing Esau's technology, Esau's military might. Go ahead.
That with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treadeth the winepress with fierceness and wrath of the Almighty power. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power.
The supper of the great power. We just read in Isaiah 34, their stink shall go up. Right? what are these fellows going to do, man?
That ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, small and great.
Right? A great feast of these birds, man, are going to be eating the dung. Scriptures say the dung, we read earlier, the dung shall come up to the camel's hole. Right? Dead soldiers, dead people, laying on the ground. Bird vultures, man. That's what this is talking about. Right?
And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. Verse 20. And the beast was naked, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him.
Right? The beast was taken. Would the beast be NATO, the EU? Right? America the Great? The false prophet being the Roman Catholic Church? Right?
With which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast.
Right? Which he deceived them that received the MARK of the beast. This MARK is a physical. It's a physical device, grain of rice, right? This beast system is going to deceive this whole world to receive this RFID microchip into their body. The scripture say, "No man may buy or sell unless you receive this MARK, this mark." Right? So when Yahweh Shai returns to the world, they call Jesus Christ. When Yahweh Shai returns with the hosts of heaven, right? They're going to cast this beast system and this RCC, this Roman Catholic Church, right, into this flame of fire. What is this flame of fire? The lake of fire. The missiles are going to cause that, right?
And them that worship his image, these both were cast alive into a lake of fire.
Worship his image. So there's going to be Jakes out here, 2/3 that worship his system. There's going to be two-time loser Edomites that worship his system.
Well, ultimately, everybody worships the system. You got to show your but especially when the lights go out and they turn on, but it turns on for a specific cue. You need that, that thing in your arm, right? Like, the hordes of people are gonna. That's what they're used to. I want my hydro. I want my running water. Right? I want food. I want my Netflix. Right? Yeah. It's not like men of the Lord. We can't enjoy these things. In our mind and our spirit, we separate them. We understand what's really going on. You're not going to cave in to that carnal, appetite that your body requires. And that's not an easy thing. The Spirit of the Lord has to be with you. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh.
Yeah, like a lot of shit talking, man. Everything that people say about the scriptures is all recorded, man. Like last week, the bar was mentioning about King David. What did he do when the cracker came by? He said nothing. That's recorded. And he's an Edomite, so he's gonna get double.
Exactly.
You know? And David's gonna do the job.
Another precept here is mentioned miracles. The feast day. This Revelation chapter 13, verse 13. And it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire down from heaven on earth with such men, and deceive them that dwell on earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live.
And that's this whole society where people, you know, okay, we got to vote, we have a medical system, you know, we have these technological advances. You know how they always say, we're going here, we're going to the moon. That's part of that mindset. You're just a sheep, man. You know, you're expendable, right? You're not part of nothing, right? But that's the mentality that people have. That's why when the men of the Lord return back from that, people look at us like you guys are crazy. Right? This is the place to be. That's right. And it's like that word miracle in the Greek, right? It pretty much means transcending the actual course. Right? So that's why when somebody so-called dies, or he was clinically dead, we revived him, and he needs a new heart, we can put a pig on him, and he can live. Well, the Most High, he ordained them to die, and you're going to make this man suffer with a pig heart and a bunch of meds for the rest of his life. Oh, but he's living. That's a miracle.
So,
I got the definition for miracle, since you brought it up. It's semeion in Greek. And it says, signs portending remarkable events soon to happen, of miracles and wonders by which the Most High authenticates the men sent by him, or by which men prove that the cause they are pleading is God's.
Which right now, Esau is set up by the Most High. Right? That's why it says, let every subject to the higher powers. The book of Romans. You know, you can't go up against this man as zealots, you know, carnally. You know.
This is if anybody doesn't have priests, I'll bring this out. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3, because going into the miracles is God complex as well. He's now trying to take the position of the Heavenly Father and the Son through technology. So it says here, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except that one of the believe first, and after that of sin he revealed the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as a power sitteth in the temple of the Most High.
Right, that's his Edomite. You know, propped himself up as he is God. Right, we read the scripture, the false prophet. Right, all these churches are birthed from Rome, from Roman Catholicism. All these churches, Anglican, Baptist, right? And whose face is at the head? It's always a Edomite, right? He says, it's pseudoscience. He's puffed up with pseudoscience. He says, hey, you know, you got to go through me for salvation. You got to go through me if you want to live. You want this medical breakthrough? It's us, right? You want the scriptures say that the Lord created the herbs for the service of men.
And this devil knows that. That's why a lot of his drugs, they're patented from those herbs.
Exactly.
He can't physically patent, okay, we're going to plant birch, we're going to plant cinnamon. He knows that. So he'll take a small chemical or molecule from that, they'll isolate it, and they'll say, okay, this is a drug. And they'll mix it with his petroleum. And everything this man does, he turns to mush. Right? That's why he's known as the son of perdition. Right? Oh, Oh, you want electric cars? We'll give you Tesla, which is nothing but poison, radiation. That's right. You know, we're not gonna give you the real stuff, right? You want water? We'll give you bottled water. Give you microplastic.
That's right. As I sip.
Get out of here.
And it goes on to say, showing himself that he is the power. Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things. Now ye know what was told it, that he might be revealed his time. For the mystery of iniquity had already worked. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken away.
That's pretty much the Israelites. They knew that Rome was oppressing them. They were taxing them, you know, but they didn't know that this is the mystery of iniquity. It's a mystery back then, right? Who's that, Paul? Paul,
Yes.
that's a little, right? He's letting you know. He's letting you know the mystery of iniquity. Right now. This is the devil right here. You know, that was a deep thing.
Two more verses. Verse 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Shaitan, with all power and signs and lying wonders.
And your Shaitan being adversary to what? To everything. To your damn self. To people, to nature, to the planet, to the animals, to everybody. All your industries prove that. You know what the right way to do things is. You just do the opposite of that.
That's right.
Yep.
You know? Oh, land Sabbath, forget that. I got you. We don't need a land Sabbath. That technology is the new idol. Right? The technology goes into artifice. You know, a craftsman. This man is crafty. Right? He shall cause craft to prosper.
To prosper.
Right? So that's what technology is. The phone. The internet itself. That's exactly what
Tripping out.
Right? TikTok, mindless scrolling and posting. Right? That's the new idol. And it's all gonna sink in with this 5G network, right? 6G. Right? Hey, I remember years ago when brothers used to take the subway in the TTC. I remember you remember kind of like there was a billboard and it had that QR thing before anyone knew what a QR was. It had that code and it pretty much said your DNA with big data or something.
Yes,
like that.
yes.
Yeah. You know? And that was here. That was like 2013, 14. Right? And they were already showing me like, look, this is where it's headed.
They used to have it at the airport. Big sign.
Precept, going into the artifice. So this is Genesis chapter 4, verse 22. It says, in Zillah, she also bare Tubal Cain, and the Hebrew that's an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron, and the sister of Tubal Cain is Mama. So going to your point, that's the same spirit that Esau has. It's the same spirit Cain, artificers and alchemists. He's always in the lab creating new things and wicked inventions to really cause hell and misery.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Ecclesiastes 7 and 29. Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. In OT it says, but I did find this, the Most High created people to be virtuous. They have each turned to follow their own downward path. Right? This word sought out many inventions. Right, in the Hebrew, the word is hash. Device or invention. Right? And the root is the word hashak, which means to think, plan. Right? So just basically, different inventions and devices that are off.
Yo, did that homosexual just take a picture of your license plate? Yeah, he did.
See? Hamlet's have a good day, man. Have a good day.
This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. These Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Esau pretty much amplified all the whole world technology, all the whole world ways of idolatry, paganism. Everything's amplified. You got apps, you can go, scan my face, or read my hand.
Yeah.
You know, everything is just amplified in this place. That's why it's known as the mother of harlots and witchcraft and sorcery. Right?
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
You go anywhere in public, and there's 100 people in the room, 97 of them will be like this. It's technology, man. This is Esau's version of the Urim and the Thummim.
It's killing.
So this is the word devices, a mental perception, an evil purpose, in which speaks the mind, thoughts, or purposes.
Because they meditate people on their beds.
Yeah.
So they're always thinking about doing bad onto you. That's why they have all these think tanks, year and after year, they always come out saying what they're going to plan to do. They're telling you, man. They even show you it on the dollar bill.
Oh yeah.
Right? They tell you that this is a new world order, right? And open.
Right in your face.
Have a quick precept. Job 5:12.
You got the little owl in the corner.
Yeah.
What's the owl for?
What's it there for?
That's for killing children.
Shouldn't it be an eagle? Should be an eagle.
Well, I think they have it.
No, not on it. Not on the dollar bill. I don't think there's a dollar bill on the dollar bill.
That's small little owl. Yeah.
Originally,
And it's in the web.
Yeah, in a web. Yeah, that's right.
Snow up, yeah.
Right.
Originally, the emblem for the United States, it wasn't supposed to be an eagle when they were developing it. It was supposed to be a turkey. Right? So it shows you how wicked they are. They really wanted it to be that eagle for that purpose.
Yep.
You know? Sorcery.
yeah, and on the dollar bill was supposed to be them chasing. It was supposed to be Pharaoh chasing the Israelites through the Red Sea. That was because they came up with like 3 or 4 ideas, and then they ended up choosing that one. One of the ideas was chasing the Israelites through the Red Sea. Oh yeah, come. Yeah, you're right. With the fascist symbol, the bundle of sticks.
Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Right? So ultimately, the Lord's going to disappoint. You know, he's going to string Esau along, string him along, make him think he's going to fulfill his wicked device, his wicked plan. The Lord's going to throw a wrench in it. Right? It says here that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Yeah, their wicked deeds, their wicked work. Right? They're NWO. This Edomite, these wicked elites have a new world order agenda, right? And it's always been their agenda, going back to the time of Antiochus, going back to the time of Nimrod, right? It's always been that energy.
Which Nimrod, he got that from the priest. That was one before too.
Exactly.
Right? All these things are just what Nimrod God was a watered down version of whatever they had.
Psalm 64:1. hear my voice. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer, to preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows, to shoot their arrows.
Like the secret counsel of the wicked, man. Edomite has a wicked agenda. Destroy the 12 tribes. How does he go about it? His GMOs, his prison industrial complex, his jump shotting children when they come out of the womb. You know? Defiling the water, his chemtrails. Right? This is a secret agenda. Because these elites know that they know the scriptures. And they know that the 12 tribes are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Right? So they try to take them out as a broad fight. One big stroke.
Yeah? Bitter words. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil manner.
Right? They encourage themselves in an evil manner. How can we destroy these people? Use mosquitoes. You know, how can we keep the population under 500? What is it? 500 billion? 500 million? Right?
So I feel like they're going to try to kill out the millions of people.
Right? Exactly. And then they destroy the evidence.
That's why that guy, who did the movie with Eddie Murphy. What's the director's name?
What's his name?
Freedom Places. What's the director's name? But he linked with Rockefeller. Aaron Russo. So when Aaron Russo was telling, when Nick Rockefeller was telling Aaron Russo was like, holy shit, like this is evil, bro. Like this is some wicked ass shit you guys are playing.
And he knew, because even in that movie Trading Places, that building, it said established 1776.
That's right.
That
Yes.
Glory building, whatever it was, right? The stock guys, whatever. Right? Glory, right?
That was a hidden in plain sight form of symbolism, right there on the big screen. Right?
They encourage themselves in an evil
May
manner.
1st, May 1st, 1776.
They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Right? They encourage themselves, they search out iniquity. They accomplish a diligent search.
They accomplish a diligent search, man. Right? They go into they have their think tanks, they have their clandestine secret meetings. You know, how can we GMO mosquitoes so it can poison a great number of this population? Right? That's what they do. Right?
Both the inward thought of every one of them and their heart is deep. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves.
That's right.
And all that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear, and shall declare the works of Yahweh. For they shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord, and shall trust in him. And all the upright in heart shall be Lord.
It's Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as the shining light.
Yeah, like that guy Bono, right? Even a simple guy like Bono, Bono's not a simple guy. He's a serious dude, man. He goes all throughout the world and he pushes death and destruction, right? I'm not going to say how, but they should know how, man. Through that strategic. These people go throughout the world and they act like they're humanitarians or philanthropists, but that guy, he's a knight of the crown of England. In England, he's a knight. So once you hear them big terms for a guy like Bono, you know that he's up to something. He's up to no good, man. and then he goes to these different countries like Africa, right? And those people are destroyed. Go ahead.
Let me talk to you just one thing for that. Let's back up what you just said earlier. Ecclesiastes 14:7. And if he doeth
Go ahead.
good,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness.
Absolutely, right?
Hey, just like when we first, when the Jiki Jam first came out, there was stimulus money, and everybody celebrated, not knowing that celebration was to our own peril. That's why people are wondering, oh, why is there inflation? Why is there inflation? Inflation is caused by money printing. What happens when you money print? You devalue the dollar. So now we're living in that hyperinflation now. And it is hyper because prices just keep going fucking up, man.
Mm-hmm.
And all they're doing, they're throwing shit at it, hoping that it will stop. But it's not going to stop. Prices are going to continue to go up.
Yep.
Yeah, and we don't know what's going to happen in November. Man. November is less than how long, man? That's crazy time, man. This shit is crazy because two of those people, whoever goes in, is going to be crazy. Because if the bitch wins, that's an issue. If the man wins, that's an issue. Every way you turn is an issue, man.
Proverbs 4:18. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not what they stumble.
Yeah, that's our job, right? Or I shouldn't say ours. I should say the elect. The elect's job is to clean up all the mess, right? The elect is going to have a lot of work to do, man. Think in the kingdom is just going to be chill. No, a lot of shit needs to get cleaned up. This whole world is thrown out of whack, man. This place is destroyed, man. Look at these small ass trees. This is Canada. You think trees are supposed to look like that? Trees are supposed to look like when you go to Vancouver, man.
Mm-hmm.
When you cut them open, there's how much electrics or rings
Yep.
to let you know how old the tree is. What the fuck is that? What is that? That's not even a tree. This is Canada. King Solomon used to send his navy here just for shit like this, man.
You're gonna have righteous industries established. Man.
That's right, man.
Anything vain is of no use. All right? You have a lot of vain industries in society to supply you people's vain needs.
Yep.
Right? In the kingdom, you're gonna have normal, back to natural life. Right? Dealing with the resources of the planet in a righteous way.
Hey, Elder, they have friggin' plastic rice, man.
John.
I got a precept. Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 13. Will be in verse 14. Yea, all the people of the land shall bury them, and it shall be to them a renown the day that I shall be glorified, saith the Lord power.
That's right.
And they shall sever out men of continual employment, passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth, to cleanse it. After the end of 7 months shall they search.
That's right.
Going into the kingdom about
That's right.
industries that are going to come about. There's going to be a lot of work to do.
A lot of overtime.
And then the kingdom of heaven is ushered in. You've got to clean up your dead bodies too, right? But we're not going to be doing that. You need the nations are going to be doing that.
Because remember, there's places in the world that Esau put concrete over. There's supposed to be flowing water there.
Yep.
But he covered it up, he stopped it, built dams, built all types of shit. Most of them told him to do all of that. They took grenades or dynamite, blew up shit.
That's why I believe through the spirit, like the missiles, they're going to reshape a lot of part of the planet.
Oh yeah, just like the flood did.
Yeah.
Just like the flood did.
I got a precept of anyone who doesn't have anything. This is First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41. Brother Shema made a point about Antiochus, the New World Order. And it says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Shabbat. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Shabbats and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 1.
Yeah, so basically, that's what he's going to do. He's going to bring forth this female children, and he's going to try and keep all people unto himself. And that's what he did. Back into the ancient world with Nimrod. He's following the same format. First he did it with World War II when it was over. What did he bring? World War I when it was over. What did he bring forth? The League of Nations, and then that evolved into what? NATO, and then also you had the EU. And then all these other systems came in afterwards. Then you had NAFTA, right? You had NAFTA, which is the North American Free Trade Agreement, and that was to unite. And then what are you going to get? Then you're going to get a one world system, a one world government. That's what he wants to create. All right.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the year draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keeper of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease.
And we're in that time, man. The days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, man. We're in that time right now. All over the news, we're seeing financial advisors, stock market watchers. Oh, man, it's volatile. Oh, the NASDAQ fell 2,000 points. That's the keepers of the house trembling, right? Go ahead.
And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few.
The grinders cease because there are few, right? No work, no jobs out here, man. They keep giving you a false narrative that jobs bounce back for the month of June, 8.4%. That's bullshit. They're talking shit. A couple of days ago, they made an announcement in Ontario. They're raising the minimum wage rate. They're raising it, right? And when you look at the comment board, everyone's screaming, "Oh, this is going to cause more inflation, more inflation, more inflation." That's what this wicked man wants to do. Ultimately, they want to bring in the UBI, which will lead to the grain of rice. They want people reliant. They want people to rely on the beast, the system, right? That's why there's no jobs out here. People are struggling, right? But the men of the Lord, the elect, or the hopeful elect, Lord willing, of that number, they're not phased. Their eyes are on the kingdom, man. Right, go ahead.
And those that look out the windows be darkened.
Those that look out the windows be darkened. People look, what does tomorrow hold? Is tomorrow going to be better? You look at these Reddit posts, man. People are lamenting and crying. Oh, I can't eat. Can anybody help me out? They're hurting.
For them.
Yeah. Can you send me? Yeah. I was reading one of these posts. This guy says he's living out of his car, and he gives you the intersection that he's living out of his car at. Can anyone help? Anything will help. And these people are responding. Oh, I have used clothes for you and your children. It's him and his kids and his brother. Wow. My mother's in the hospital. Me and my brother's living out of a Walmart parking lot. Because I heard that you could trailers to park in Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is in the GTA. Man's living out of his car, making for what did you say a few weeks ago, Elder? Online panhandling.
Oh yeah, online.
Right?
And the doors shall be shut in the street, and when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of a bird, and all the dogs of music shall be brought low.
Right. People looking for jobs, rising up. The crack of dawn looking for jobs because they're laid off and their unemployment benefits wore out. Now they ain't got nothing coming in. They're looking, they're searching. Right? The daughters of music shall be brought low. This music, that's twofold. The entertainment, the artists, they're whack, they're low. But the music is garbage. The vibration is a low vibration. Right? Them drums will hypnotize Jake in a frenzy, and he goes out there and he crashes out. Just from drums.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail. Desire shall fail, man. People
It's a scripture in Second Ezra 5 it says at the same time men shall hope yet obtain nothing. Right. Right. You know, desire. Hey, because how do you really defeat an enemy first? Is through the mind. You know? If you weaken a person's mind, his body's not going to follow us. You know? And these people already they're depressed, they're depressed by the system. You see all the wickedness. You heard about Balenciaga,
Yeah.
you know about Epstein, all these guys. But now it's what back to I gotta pay my rent, I got my car, I got this, I got my credit.
Hey, that's why the Gadites, they used to do the war sounds. They used to say that when the Gadites did their war sounds, man, the people were frightened.
Right. Because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets.
Hey, that's like what happened in the Great Depression. When the Great Depression hit, these people were just roaming the streets, man. They were just looking for a fucking cup of soup, man. It was terrible out there. There was no jobs, right? The Great Depression was, and it says what's coming to this place is like nothing that's ever happened. So you can't even go back and study the Great Depression to be like, oh, it's going to be like this.
Yeah.
It's going to be worse. It's going to be like something we've never seen before. The Great Depression is a walk in the park.
Got a boxer called Jack Benson. That's the guy that Mike Tyson looked up to, right? He lived during the Great Depression. He came up and he pretty much he said he used to fight all day and night just for money. He had a quote, I pulled it up. He said, you could have hit me on the chin with a sledgehammer for $5.
Damn,
When you haven't eaten for 2 days, you'll understand.
you'll understand.
Oh.
So that was the thing, man. Like, so yeah, you had a lot of men. They just tried to find work, walking around, do whatever the fuck it is to do. You know. That's it. This is Ecclesiastes, chapter 11 and 9, NLT. Right, and this is where you're going into about these people pretty much desire will fail. Right, everybody's living it up right now. Right? It says, young people, it's wonderful to be young. Enjoy every minute of it. Do everything you want to do. Take it all in. But remember that you must give an account to the Most High for everything you do. Right? So, hey, that charges everything is being laid up, man. Right? Us being out here is not just for your entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not just for a spectacle. You know? We're out here, first of all, simply, you know, to be humiliated and mocked by people. But it's you people, you're going to go. And the elect, they're going to laugh. They're going to have the last laugh. Right?
Yeah, we were sent forth to be the representative. You know, sometimes the lawyer sends somebody else, man. Your lawyer doesn't always go to court. Your lawyer goes to court on the important days, man. There's certain days that the lawyer just sends the assistant.
Yeah.
I'm here on behalf of so and so. That's all we're doing.
I got a scripture.
I'm here to file law 00.
Yeah.
I'm here to file Deuteronomy 7.
Yeah. Proverbs 1, verse 20. Yeah, because like youth in this place is celebrated, and it's actually worship, right? You know, King Solomon said youth is vanity. You know, like this guy was thinking of 300.
Mm.
You know how old Leonidas was when he went to fight? He was about 60.
Yeah.
Years old, man.
Yeah.
That's an old man.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, he was fighting, man. He was in his, you know, his
He's
second.
one of the best.
He was in his second prime.
Oh,
And that's when, and that period men lived just up to 100 years, pretty much. If that. So that means, yo, he was fighting. He was on the front lines.
as a so-called senior citizen.
Yeah, God.
Right? But that's how tough men were. You only got better.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You only got stronger. Right?
Mm-hmm.
In his 60s, bro.
Yeah, man.
He wasn't in the back saying, okay, you guys move here. No, he was in the front fighting. And they fought all day and all night. Jeez. 3 days, right? From up
Yeah, God, 3 days.
There's a couple. Of gates fired.
Oh.
Right? From up
Before GMOs and defiled food killed us,
Mm-hmm.
weakened us, man. Even our statures are smaller.
You get to 30,
You're old. You're an old man.
Legs all messed up.
Just for them to
no,
hold.
but I mean the youth, like how they look at 30. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, that's how they look at me. You know, they'll call you old. They'll be like, what the heck? You're old. Yeah, they call you
I thought you washed up. They said you're washed up.
No, but just carrying the shield,
Oh, yeah.
Heavy.
that alone.
60 pounds.
Your armor, your
Your
helmet.
armor, yeah.
Yo,
There was a video circulating a few years ago. It was circulating a GMS channel, I can't remember. But it was showing the armor that the knights wore.
Oh, yeah.
And the size of the dressers, the size of the doorways. Everything was bigger. These men were,
enormous.
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 The swords that they were wielding, the shields. A sword must have been like, one sword must have been 250 pounds.
Yeah, God.
And they were wielding that in fights. None of us here can wield a 250 pound
No.
with one hand.
You know what power that takes?
Power. Right? Center of gravity. There's a description about the grapes. 2 men had to hold the grapes.
Yeah, God.
Right?
Yeah. Hey, they still have that image in Italy. That image is still over there in Italy. You'll see that image sometimes with 2 men carrying their grapes.
Hey, some of the armor, the people armor, they weighed up to 50 pounds.
Yeah.
They said pretty much those guys, hey, they didn't have an assistant to work over the horse. Like, okay, here you go.
Yeah, you gotta find it. Yeah.
They said some of them had to swim in that shit. Yeah. Right? Like if you're in the battle and you get pulled off in the river, you gotta swim in that armor.
How you gonna get up?
Yeah, some man swims. Yeah.
Yo, think about the strength.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they showed you that in that movie, man. The King, I think. They showed people drowning because the armor is so heavy. They fall into the river, they're just in the water drowning. So some guys are strong enough to, get out of that. So that they have a thing called grown man strength. Right? Grown man strength. If you're construction, guys with grip strength, tough. Right?
Precept. This is our First Chronicles, chapter 11, verse 10. It says, "These also are the chief of the mighty men whom David had, who strengthened themselves with him in his kingdom, and with all Israel, to make him king according to the word of Yahweh concerning Israel. And this is the number of them that had Jashobim and Hachemite, the chief of the captains. He lifted up his spear against 300 slain by him at one time. And after him was Ahijah, the son of Dodo, who was one of the 3 mighties. He was with David at Pasadanim, and there the Philistines were gathered together to battle. There was a parcel of ground full of barley, and the people fled from before the Philistines, and they set themselves into the parcel and delivered it, and slew the Philistines. And Yahweh saved them by great deliverance. Back up the screen.
And then the time has come, the time of Jacob's trouble. Some men are going to be endowed with spiritual power. Right? Scripture say, the feeble among them shall be as David. Right? King David and the mighty men were we can't, with our minds, we can't fathom what kind. King David and his mighty men were awesome. Far out, superpower. What's the scripture? Teaches my hand to bend. Yeah, to bend the bow of steel. Right.
Hey, that was the hit squad.
Yeah, man.
He said, you make it my hinds, you make it my feet like hinds. Mine very quickly. Right?
Yeah.
He said, I leaped over a wall.
Yeah.
That's not talking about a temple wall.
Right. Yeah, man. So the Lord's going to endow spiritual power on his men in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Lord willing, we us within our camp are of those men, man. I'd love to extract some spiritual power on anything.
Psalm 110:3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness, of the womb, of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy youth. What certain brothers don't thou without power.
Yeah, man, that's insane.
This is Judges chapter 3, verse 31. And after him was Shamgar, the son of Anah, which slew the Philistines 600 men with an ox goad. And he also delivered Israel. So it's not even like physical weapons that you build. This is like an agricultural tool, right? So, you know, in spiritual powers, we don't even need weapons. Just use your bare hands and become a weapon, you know?
Yeah.
Right? You have a thing called the human weapon. Right? You become the weapon. Even a weapon is just an extension of you. Whether it's a stick, an axe, a machete, you become like in a Terminator. That movie at the corner. Sword on his head.
Well,
His finger.
also in the movie Corner, when he went to jail, because it's only like you're a weapon.
Yeah,
Because he just killed the guy with his bare hands.
Esau knows these scriptures. That's why he makes these Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these superhero movies. You know, Hulk smash. That's what came to mind when at Heinz Speed, in Hulk smash movies. Hulk will be running and jumping. He's jumping like 500 feet. You know, and then he lands and he leaps again. That's spiritual power.
And that's why he's created robots, because he thinks that's going to be able to be the adversary to the angels.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Not happening.
Okay, so this is Judges chapter 15, verse 15. He found a new jawbone of an ass,
Right.
and put forth his hand and took it and slew 1,000 men therewith.
Was that Samson, right?
And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps with the jaw of an ass, have I slain 1,000 men?
Where's that scripture where I think it was King David or one of his men jumped down in the pit with a lion? Okay, yeah, right? Yeah, right. That's mighty men, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is Psalms 18:32. KJV, it is the Most High that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet, setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel was broken by my arms.
Right. You see the key point there? It is the Lord that maketh me.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The Most High arms me with strength, right?
Yeah.
So the Most High arms you. You don't need to arm yourself. Straight in the woods, right? Running around, you don't have to remember that. Right? It shrinks and shit. It said bow of steel by my arms. So that means if somebody shot a bow of steel, he just popped. And that shit was great.
Right.
Yeah. Very difficult to say.
Yeah. Right. There's going to be men of the Lord. You know, the bodies will break it down in the time of Jacob's trouble. They might have some bad joints, you know, and the Lord will put that spiritual power on them. They'll be able to slay 50, 60, 70 men, right? And then take the power off of them as soon as it's over. What was that movie? Supercell. The guy who could run fast.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he'd run, he'd have to sleep like 24 hours just to regenerate. Yeah, man.
Okay, this is 2 Samuel 23, verse 20. And Benaniah, the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man of Kabazeel, who had done many acts, he slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. He went down also and slew a lion in the midst of a pit in time of snow.
Woo! In time of snow, right?
And he slew an Egyptian, a goodly man, and the Egyptian had a spear in his hand, but he went down to him with a staff and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand.
This
disarmed him. And slew him with his own spear.
And that's hard, man, because first of all, a spear, a lot of times people think people fall with swords. That was one of the last weapons. It was a spear, right? Because a spear is long range, right? A spear, if I have a spear and you have a sword, you have to try to get to me.
Exactly.
And I can fight you off. I can do a bunch of shit,
Mhm.
right? But this dude, he had a staff, you know, and that was an Egyptian. So that means he was tall, he was big, he was a Philistine, right? So he was a big Hamite. So the dude had a sweet a broom, you know, a staff,
Mhm.
just a staff versus spear, and he disarmed that guy. And then in the time of the snow, right, to kill a beast like that.
Hey, the staff that he had probably looked like the picture that showed us. Yeah.
And in the time of the snow, you can slip and fall. It's hard. It's
Mhm.
cold. You know, like
Talk about it. Have you ever walked through snow back in the day? I know nowadays you guys don't see snow, but back in the day, it was a journey, bro. Watching snow when I was a kid.
workout. It's a workout. Walking, sweating.
Yeah, you're sweating something. And getting over the top of your boots. Because there's so much. They go in the top of your, you might have boots up to your calves.
Mhm.
Snow still getting in your boots.
Yeah.
And it frees out the ankles. Your worst feeling. That happened to me before. Right? Yeah.
This is Isaiah 40 and 31. But they that wait upon the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint.
Spiritual power, man. Run and not be weary. Right? As a spiritual power, you become a long distance runner. Do not get tired. Mouth not get dry. Don't need water. You're just gonna, right? And we read these scriptures. These scriptures give us these scriptures strengthen our faith, right? To know that you don't have to. And once again, we use wisdom, right? We don't have to hear, oh, Jacob trouble coming. I gotta go 20 chin-ups, right? I gotta strengthen my core. No, the Lord's gonna deal with us, right? We're gonna have that number, man.
Yeah, I got this. That was it, bro. First Maccabees. Hey, the Maccabees, man. There was a lot of valiant acts to do. First Maccabees 6 and 42. It says, Then Judas and his host drew near and entered into battle, and there were slain of the king's army 600 men. Eleazar also, surnamed Savaran, perceiving that one of the beasts armed with royal harness was higher than all the rest, and supposing that the king was upon him, put himself in jeopardy to the end he might deliver his people and get him a perpetual name. Wherefore he ran upon him courageously through the midst of the battle. This is a big ass elephant, right? It says, slain on the right hand and on the left, so that they were divided from him on both sides. So he was tearing shit up, man, killing here, killing there, making a path. Right?
You know, fast enough to be.
Verse 46, which done, he crept under the elephant and thrust him under and slew him. Whereupon the elephant fell down upon him and there he died. That was a valiant act. Bro, to kill a fucking war elephant. And it said he had the royal harness, so you know those ancient movies?
Yeah.
You have the elephant in the armor and you have the archers on the top. That's what you're fighting.
Yeah, that's what the Persians did.
Yep.
Persians and the Medes. The
Yeah.
Medes did the same thing. And those elephants like to stomp.
Yeah.
They would stomp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop, and then they have the tusks. They can, you know,
Yep.
people have to wait.
Those were the ancient world tanks. Exactly. Right?
Psalm 94, sorry, Psalm 91 and Psalm 91 and start at 5. It says Psalms 91 and 5. It said, "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flies by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that waketh at noonday."
Right? They're elected not to be afraid of none of these things. Right?
Okay.
1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right side, at thy right hand. But thou shalt not, listen, for it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
Only with thy eyes shall thou see the reward of the wicked. Man. They're like they're going to see these things. Man. Right?
That's pretty much it.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 7.
Go.
In the time of your visitation, they shall shine, and run to and fro like sparks from the stubble. They shall also judge the nations, and have dominion over the people. Their Lord shall reign forever.
Yeah, remember that spirit that was on the angel when David sinned, and that was his judgment for the angel to go and sue all the people. The Lord had to stop him. In Ezekiel, it says slay utterly, old, young,
Yeah.
only don't touch the men with the heart. So it's gonna be worse than back then. And them angels are not gonna get to stop, but they're not gonna be told to stop, man. And the men of the Lord who are gonna have that spiritual power, man, they're gonna be going crazy. It's gonna be insane.
This is Second Maccabees 15. It says in the GNT, Judas then saw an impressive white-haired man of great dignity and authority. Onias, the high priest, said, "This is the Most High's prophet Jeremiah, who loves the Israelites and offers many prayers for us and for Jerusalem, the holy city." Then Jeremiah stretched out his right hand and gave Judas a gold sword, saying, "As he did so, this holy sword is a gift of the Most High. Take it and destroy your enemies." The eloquent words that Judas spoke encouraged everyone to be brave and inspired boys to fight like men. Their city, their religion, and their temple were in danger. So the Israelites made up their minds not to waste any time, but to make a daring attack against the enemy and bravely decide their fate in hand-to-hand combat. Verse 18, they were not so concerned about their own families and relatives as they were about their sacred temple. And the people who had to stay in Jerusalem were deeply concerned about how a battle on open ground would turn out. Everyone was waiting to see who would win the battle. The enemy troops were already moving forward with their cavalry on each side of them and their elephants placed in strategic positions. Judas Maccabees looked at the huge enemy force, the variety of their weapons, and their fierce elephants. Then he raised his hands toward heaven and prayed to the Lord, who works miracles, because he knew that the Lord gives victory to those who deserve it, not to those who have a strong army. Judas said, "Lord, when Hezekiah was king of Judah, you sent your angel who killed 185,000 of King Sennacherib's men. Now, once again, Lord of heaven, send your good angel to make our enemies shake and tremble with fear. With your great power, destroy these people who have slandered you and have come out to attack your chosen people." So Judas ended his prayer. Nicanor and his army moved toward the sound of trumpets and battle songs. But Judas and his men went into the battle calling on the Most High for help. So by fighting with their hands and praying to the Most High in their hearts, the Israelites killed more than 35,000 of the enemy. How grateful they were for help they had received from the Most High. When the battle was over and they were going home celebrating their victory, they noticed Nicanor in full armor lying dead on the battlefield. Then, with loud shouts, they praised the Lord in their native language. Judas Maccabees, who had always fought with all his body and soul for his own people, never losing the patriotism of his youth, ordered his men to cut off Nicanor's head and right arm and take them to Jerusalem. Right? That was pretty much the point, but that was a miracle. Because that was, hey, if you have a battle on the open ground, you better have the same or more people than that enemy.
Mhm.
or else you're going to get slaughtered, right? You don't have the high ground. You know, it's not a battle of in the forest or through some different terrain. It's an open field, and they got elephants.
No shit.
Judith 5:17. And whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the power that hateth iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. And this is talking about the Israelites, you know, when they stray from their power, Yahweh Shem Shai. What comes down on them? Verse 19. But now are they returned to their power, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Here's the point. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. Right? So the Lord, once the Lord is dealing with his chosen, there's nothing you can do against him. There could be a scripture saying, how shall one make 1,000 fleet? Paraphrasing, right? The odds could be against you, like the elder was saying. You could have the high ground, and it could be 1-2 men down here, and the high ground could have 1,000 troops, 2,000 troops. If the Lord is dealing with you, those 2,000 troops can't do nothing against who the Lord is dealing with. And these elites know this, man. Right? That's why they flood us with low vibrational music, low vibrational food, low vibrational clothing, right?
Even behavior patterns, right? Like these kids, it's normal now to go through that teenage phase of being rebellious child.
Yeah.
That's not a normal thing. But in programs, it's normal. Oh, that's what kids do.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's just kids. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, going through a phase. They're going through just being a slut phase.
Oh, it's the hormones.
You know, but they set your behavior like that, right? They program your children, right? Your child might be on the right path, but he goes to school and he's surrounded by degenerates. You gotta set him right. You know?
Yeah, I have a daughter. She's 18, 19. Oh, she's too young to get married. She needs to go and experience life a little bit more.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 21, verse 18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out unto the elders of his city and unto the gate of his place.
Yeah, lay hold meaning pretty much seasoned. You can't touch me. Right. I'm gonna call child service.
Yeah,
None of that
right.
shit, man. None of that. They hold, and now it's a serious matter. Right.
Yeah.
Look, I try to do you, son. You're being a rebellious nigga. I gotta bring you to the judges now. You know?
And they shall say unto the elders of his city, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard.
like in that show, The Last Kingdom, right? In the first season, with the king's son, right? His father died, and his father was dying, and he thought he was going to be next in line, right? But pretty much, he was a degenerate. He was a glutton. Watch out. That's Dundas Victoria. People used to do all that.
Yeah.
But in the show, he was a degenerate glutton. And he woke up in the barn the next morning when his father died. He came, he's like, oh, I'm ready to be king. It smelled like goat shit. And people are like, nah, bro, you're not here. You're not next to him. So that was a serious thing, man. In the ancient world, to be rebellious, you were killed pretty much.
Yeah.
There was nothing left for you. And that age in today's society, it's very prevalent with that shit, right? Like if you watch that show, The Wire. In The Wire, they showed you those kids in grade 8. They were acting up.
All of them.
Yo,
Last time, man.
fuck you, teacher. Fuck you. Fuck you, miss whatever, right? They couldn't do shit. Then they have to do the scared straight thing and do this and that. But meanwhile, the proper discipline should have been laid, right, for foundation. But now you're dealing with technically a man. 12, 13 years old. You're not. You're under the comfort. You're under the comfort. You got that testosterone flowing through you. That's right. And that has to be led in the proper direction, man. Right? So I'm gonna fuck you, Miss Ann.
And all men of his city shall stone him.
You got videos on Twitter now. These kids are just punching their teachers, man.
Yeah, that's what the teacher said in Toronto. The teachers in Toronto said they're scared.
I seen a video that Jake
Gremlins.
took his phone. And I need my phone back. Am I gonna sit? Pull up his pen.
What?
Hey, that's why the TTC had to put them windows,
Oh yeah.
them doors, because they were getting fucked up by kids.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he dies. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear.
Yeah, right. All right. So with that, we're gonna close up. We're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Bye-bye.
Gremlins.